Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before we move on, I would like to invite you all to be a part of my YouTube journey and become a part of my YouTube family. And you can do that by clicking the subscribe button and click the bell icon. Thank you. Some form of healthy entertainment which is not abusive again. And fifth mistake is avoid at any cost, avoid nudity and profanity, and do not promote nudity in any way. I have seen channels in which people, and it is so obvious. I mean, they're trying to act as if, they come across a random person on the street, like a random girl, and they're showing as if they're pranking. But when you look at the clothing of that girl, you realize that this is hardly a prank. I mean, it is so obvious that's a setup. It's a staged prank, and they're trying to show that it's a surprise, or it's a random somebody walking down the road and they came across. So do not fool your audience. Do not fool your audience, and do not use nudity as a means of promoting your channel in any way. It won't take you anywhere. Like, it might get you a few likes or a few views, but it won't take you anywhere in the long run. You will lose your reputation, and your channel will lose its reputation. And once again, you're risking that great risk of getting banned from YouTube forever. So do not use any indecent means of growing your channel. Do not use, for example, this leads me to my next point, which is that do not beg people on certain platforms to have such a thing. Like, there many people do a sub for sub, and 99% of the sub for sub people, they unsubscribe after a short time. Like, they get your subscription, and then you might remain loyal to them, but they end up unsubscribing you sooner or later. So you will see a slight peak, which will give you probably an adrenaline rush, a momentary happiness, but in the long run, after some time, you will start seeing those digits fall. You'll start noticing that the numbers are falling, and you're losing your subscriptions. So you're losing your subscribers. So it's not a very good idea to ask or beg people for a sub for sub, So this is also something to keep in mind, as this is not a healthy way of growing your channel. And but on the other hand, you can have promotions. Like, you can have certain challenges or certain interactive ways on your channel to grow your channel with your subscribers, with the audience, with the masses, which is something we can deal with in another video, because that's in itself, it's a very extensive topic on how to grow your channel, how to promote it in a positive and a healthy way. So right now, since we are talking about the things that you should avoid that can damage your YouTube channel and your growth, so one of the most important things is that you avoid your audiences. Now, if you're not a person who is aware of the demand of the audience or the popular trends, and you're just randomly picking topics and randomly making videos of irrespective of what your audience would like to see, or irrespective of what your audience is. Like, for example, if your audience is commenting on your videos and you're avoiding comments, or you're not interacting enough with your audience, that is also quite damaging to your channel altogether. Like if you've made a video and somebody has left a comment and you never care or never bother to respond, this thing can really, you might lose that subscriber just because you didn't respond. So try to respond in a healthy way, and try to respond in a nice and polite manner. Like if sometimes the comments can be abusive, but on sometimes other times the content owner, like the channel owner, the YouTuber, can be abusive too. So irrespective of how somebody is commenting on your channel, try to be polite and try to be reasonable, and never ever fall low, or one could say to the level of your if somebody has given you an abusive comment, never fall to their level. You don't have to. So always keep or stick to a certain level of dignity, and just never fall so low as to address the person who has commented badly in the same way as they have addressed you. So it is very you can avoid such comments. You can delete them, you can block such people, but never be abusive with your audience. This will gain, in the long run, this will gain you a lot of respect, and this will gain you a lot of loyal subscribers. And another thing to avoid, which is very, 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 very important, have a clear audio. Your videos should have a very clear audio. Now I'm still working on some way to find proper mic for my own channels as well. So I apologize if you're having any trouble sometimes in my audio. But I would prefer to have an even clearer audio than the one I have right now. And I myself am a bit of a perfectionist. I don't find my content, or I'm not 100% satisfied with the audio of my own videos. But so this is another tip for you guys, that if you have made for example, a cooking video or a descriptive video, and you're trying to explain things, and you're like and you're too fast or too slow or too monotonous, or you're not clear, your voice is not clear enough, and or if your background music is louder than your voice, any of these things can affect your audience, and people would not like to come to your channel just because they don't understand what you're saying. So do try to avoid this big mistake. For this purpose, you can watch YouTube videos about how to improve the audio of your channel. You can even take help from somebody, like you can go to an electronic store, and you can ask the people working there, and they could guide you, because there are many youngsters working in those stores now, and they often know a lot of good things about these things. So they can guide you about which mic to use, and they can give you a very good setup or good solution, reasonable solution, and a reasonable amount of money. You can get that doesn't cost you too much. So this can be easily this is not a very big problem, it's not a very big issue. It can be easily resolved if you just try. So the thing is that you should have the will and the drive to keep trying to improve. That is the biggest key, and that is the biggest key for success in everything in life, not just a YouTube channel. So the next thing I would like to mention here is that you should not make boring videos. You should not have unnecessary content. Like you should, if you're vlogging, don't vlog about the same thing every day. Nobody wants to see your everyday routine every day. So I have come across some people who are doing that, which is very, it's quite boring. And I myself find it very difficult to go back to those channels again and again just to see the everyday routine of those people. Like, I have better things to do. I don't want to see everyday routine of a certain amount of people every day.